Welcome, everybody. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of New Westminster. That was a little Irish jig, so I know there's no Irish here because they would have been up on their feet. But if you are comfortable standing, please join us for our opening song. The theme today, of course, is when Irish eyes are smiling. I don't know what eyes you have. Mine are not Irish, but a little bloodshot this morning. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. That's right. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining through. But when you're crying, you bring on the rain. So stop your sighing and be happy again. 'Cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. Ah, swing it. When you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. When you're laughing, the sun comes shining right on through. But when you're crying, no, you're gonna bring on the rain. So stop that crying and be happy again. 'Cause when you're smiling, the whole world smiles with you. The whole world smiles with you. One more time for good luck. The whole world smiles with you. Thank you. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning. Welcome to Unity of New Westminster on this day that we celebrate St. Patrick's Day. It is wonderful to see you all here today on a day when we all become honorary Irish just a little bit. I am Reverend Rona Segura, and it is my pleasure to welcome you all here on this gorgeous, gorgeous spring morning. If it is your very first time here, a warm welcome to you. And if you are joining us and have been here before, welcome back. And to those of you who might be watching online, either live or sometime in the future, then on behalf of all of us here at Unity in New Westminster, hi! We're so happy that you are here. Top of the morning to you. Thank you, whoever said that. I cannot rock an Irish accent, so I won't do that. It's too scary. We are here every Sunday. We meet here every Sunday to consider ideas for full and abundant living. We draw on the teachings of Jesus, who we consider our primary way shower and example, and we honor that there is wisdom to be found in faith traditions all over the planet, that there's wisdom to be found in the examples of others, as we will see today. There's wisdom to be found in story and in song and in life experiences. We honor every person's right to choose their own life path. All are welcome here. All are worthy here. All are celebrated here. And our dream for you, our intention for you, is that you leave here today with an idea or two that you might consider so that your life is calm, connected, and contented. Let's begin today in a time of centering prayer. We begin with gratitude. Gratitude that we are on the traditional and ancestral territory of the Kakite First Nation. We give thanks for this little white church on the corner. This place where we can gather every week to sing together, to laugh together, to be inspired, and to be reminded that we are all connected. We embrace the idea that whatever your understanding for God may be, whether it is religious or secular, there is only one power. There is only one creative energy in which we live and breathe and have our being. Some people may call that energy God. Others, Allah, Yahweh, science, nature, theist, non-theist, atheist. By whatever our understanding may be, we are all connected in it. And it is from that connection, from an awareness of our connection, that we extend a blessing for love and for peace, for connection and contentment to every being on this planet. We are different. We look different. We have different abilities. We have different outlooks. And yet, we are part of one energy. And in that energy, we are interconnected. So we resolve to raise up the pain that people may be experiencing on a planet. That we raise people up with a vision for peace, a vision for harmony, a vision for healing. At this time where it seems that the planet is so aggressive, we imagine peace filtering up, rising to bless people who can make decisions for us. We imagine peace rising to bless those who are in pain. Those who are at war, those who are affected by war, each and every one of us. We embrace all. And I invite you now, in the silence or out loud, to share the name of anyone you would like to have uplifted in this time of intention. We are so grateful that we could be here today. We are so blessed. Amen. I'm going to invite Diane to come and read the daily word for us. I did make it big for you.
Thank you.
There you go.
Okay. Good morning, everyone. Hello, I am Diane, and today's daily word theme is lively. I am lively, filled with awe and wonder. There is a glorious, unseen flow at the heart of all creation, moving in and through me. As I align with the sacred energy, I feel vibrantly alive. I imagine myself part of a great living world. I am one with the trees whose boughs sway in the wind, with the mountains and hills echoing with ancient voices, with the waters trickling over stone. Even the quiet earth hums a sacred song. Today, I will listen more closely, breathe more deeply, and move with intention. Life is not separate from me. I am its expression. In harmony with its rhythm, the world begins to sing. I recognize its lively song is singing to me too. This reading was inspired by Isaiah chapter 55, verse 12. For you shall go out in joy and lead back in peace. The mountains and the hills before you shall burst into song, and all the trees in the fields shall clap their hands. And now let's sing the song Tooraloorarai, Tooraloorarai, and My Wild Irish Rose by Peter. Thank you.
Thank you, Dan. You want to run that by me again? My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the dearest flower that grows. And someday for my sake, she may let me take the bloom from my wild Irish rose. My wild Irish rose, the sweetest flower that grows. You may search everywhere, but none can compare with my wild Irish rose. Over in Killarney, many years ago, me mother sang a song to me in tones so sweet and low. Just a simple little ditty in her good old Irish way. And I'd give the world if she could sing that song to me this day. Tooralooraloora, tooralooralai, tooralooraloora. Hush now, don't you cry. Tooralooraloora, tooralooralai, tooralooraloora. That's an Irish lullaby. Tura lura lura means see you later. Ah, the Irish love their mothers, they do. Sorry.
They do. As we prepare to hear today's message, I invite you to close your eyes with me if that feels more comfortable. And if it feels that you prefer to leave your eyes open, allow that to be okay too. I share an Irish meditation. Embrace the light of the Irish hills. Take a deep breath. And allow yourself to relax. With every breath, imagine the flow of life entering and releasing from your body. With a deep breath in, draw in the energy of the natural world around you. And as you exhale, feel your body relax, letting go of tension. Picture yourself seated on a soft patch of the earth. A piece of beautiful green lawn. And imagine that you are surrounded by the green hills of Ireland. Before you stretches a winding river. It flows gently through the valley. In the distance, the sun is setting, and it casts a golden light over the landscape. The sky is painted in hues of pink and orange. And as you breathe, let your awareness settle on the warmth of the sun on your face. Feel the strength of the land beneath you. Ancient, grounding, full of wisdom. You notice that there is a light breeze, and the breeze carries the scent of fresh grass and wildflowers. With every breath, imagine yourself drawing in the calm and beauty of the landscape. Allow that calm to fill your mind, to fill your body. To fill your heart. And as you breathe out, release any stress. Release any worry. Allow them to drift away on the wind. And in your mind, repeat the words, I am at peace. Surrounded by the beauty of the earth, in the light of the setting sun, I find my center. I am at peace. Stay in this place for a few moments. Feel the beauty and tranquility and order and loveliness wash over you. I am at peace. And imagine a gentle smile coming to your body, to your thoughts, to your heart, to your face. And know that at any time, there is a place within you that you can return to that is beautiful, that reminds you that there is loveliness in our world. And allow your mind and your heart and your body to smile. And so it is.
When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. It's the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, sure they steal your heart away. time. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. When Irish eyes are smiling, sure 'tis like a morning spring. It's the lilt of Irish laughter, you can hear the angels sing. When Irish hearts are happy, all the world seems bright and gay. But when Irish eyes are smiling, should they steal your heart away?
How much fun is that song? Wait, my pedestal, remember? You know I'm short, Peter. So Walt, Walt decided to order me a little pedestal, which I stand on and then feel like I'm faking it.
You're on a pedestal.
Right. Do not put me on a pedestal. Glenn, would you see if you can turn down, I think it's the reverb.
Feedback on vocal.
Oh, maybe if I turn this microphone off.
Try it now. Is that better?
Testing 1, 2. Better? Yeah, I think so, maybe. All right. Thank you. Still doesn't sound great.
Okay, well, let's turn down the reverb on.
How technical are we here? Not to worry, I think we can make it work. All right, I just don't want it to be too distracting for everybody. Tuesday is St. Patrick's Day. And every year on St. Patrick's Day, millions and millions of people around the world wear green, dress up silly, drink green beverages, alcoholic and non-alcoholic, listen to Irish music, try to sing some of the songs, even more scary, try to dance some of the dancing, and discover that maybe they should identify themselves as at least 1/16 Irish. Why? Well, we'll get into that a little deeper in a moment. But before we do, let's throw out some trivia, seeing as we're all at least 1/16 Irish. What creature does legend say that St. Patrick drove out of Ireland? Anybody? Snakes! Historians will tell you that Ireland probably never had any snakes, but what the heck good is a story if it actually has some truth to it? So let's not live with that one. What plant is St. Patrick said to have used to explain the concept of the Trinity? Pardon? Yeah, the shamrock, the clover. The idea of 3 in 1. And you may know this already, but what city dyes its river green every St. Patrick Day? New York. Chicago. Chicago. And before the 20th century, what color was represented by the leprechaun, or what did the leprechauns wear as its color? Red. Red. Green became popular later. Well, apparently somebody decided that Ireland's better branding color is green, so they changed him to green. If you capture a leprechaun, what does he offer you in order to gain his freedom? The pot of gold at the end of the rainbow. Yeah. And what's all the fuss about with this whole St. Patrick's Day thing? Is it really about wearing something green? Is it really about the whimsy of the leprechaun and the pot of gold at the end of the rainbow? Is it all about shamrocks and four-leaf clovers? Is it about luck? Or is it about something deeper? I think that the reason that St. Patrick's Day has so much enduring power is because not just of the story, but because of what the Irish example for us might be in terms of making community. I was only half kidding when I said everyone wants to be 1/16 Irish, because there is a sense of belonging that is inherent simply in the word Irish. It's as if as soon as you say that you are Irish, all of these attributes that are honorable and what we might aspire to, all of a sudden seem to come to us. St. Patrick's Day began as a religious feast to honor Patrick. He became saint many years later, but he was a missionary in the 5th century who helped to spread Christianity in Ireland. But what's interesting about him is that St. Patrick was not Irish. He was born in Britain, and he was kidnapped as a teenager and stolen and taken to Ireland to be a slave. For 6 years, he worked as a shepherd and finally escaped and went back to England. And then, many years later, something interesting happened with him. He went back to Ireland, not because he was stolen and enslaved, but because he wanted to go back to share and spread the news of Christianity in that country. He wanted to serve the people and to teach them and to build communities of faith. And March the 17th is the day that we understand that he died. And that was around the year 461, many years ago. For centuries, the day was observed, as it is now in some places, as a religious feast day. And that's interesting in itself, because St. Patrick's Day almost always falls in the season of Lent, which is all about not partying and not dancing and not drinking and not having a good time and being in a place that is very introspective. And we have some special dispensation for St. Patrick's Day. So all the rules go out of the window, and St. Patrick's Day is considered a feast day, even if it is in Lent. In Canada, St. Patrick's Day is even a public holiday. Did you know this? It's a public holiday in Newfoundland and Labrador, where so many people from Ireland landed when they fled Ireland. And millions of Canadians claim at least some Irish ancestry. So who knows? You may be even more than 1/16 Irish. We often hear the term, the luck of the Irish. And yet, if you were to read Irish history, you might think that if it weren't for bad luck, the Irish would have no luck at all. For thousands of years, they have had conflict of some kind. Viking raiders arrived in the early Middle Ages. Then centuries of rule from England, religious persecution, which only recently, in my lifetime, has managed to find a path to peace. In the 1840s came one of the most greatest challenges and tragedies in Irish history, and that was called the Great Potato Famine. And over several years, the potato crop failed repeatedly. 1 million people died. Can you imagine? The population of Ireland at that time was 8 million people, which is a fairly large number. BC's population is about 6 million people, slightly under. But 1 million people died during the famine. As a result of that, another 1 million people decided to up and leave the country, to go and find homes in Canada and the United States mainly. Can you imagine that? 1 out of every 4 people no longer in Ireland. Families separated, entire communities decimated. Doesn't sound very lucky at all. What is it? What is it that makes us identify and admire this Irish culture? I'm going to suggest 3 things today. And the reason I want to talk about them is because they are inspiration for each of us when it comes to when we are experiencing difficulties in our life, when we may be experiencing famine or some other hardship. Thankfully, our famines may not be actual food, although unfortunately that's happening in too many places on the planet now. But it may be a famine of some other kind that we're experiencing. And how do we find ourselves resilient and thriving in the midst or as a result? We can be inspired by the Irish. The first C, so I'm going to do 3 C's. So I try and do themes. The first C I encourage you to consider is courage. Irish history is filled with examples of courage. The courage to endure hardship, the courage to endure and survive through unimaginable losses, the courage to admit that something isn't working and to start again. The idea for me of leaving a homeland that you love, perhaps family that you love and communities that you love, is almost mind-blowing. How sad and how courageous it is for people to leave their homeland to try somewhere new. It occurs to me that metaphysically, that is, in our minds, that when something is no longer working, that it is at times a wise idea to leave the homeland that we've taken comfort in, our beliefs and our thoughts, and to set off on a journey to find something new and start again. The courage to start again. There's also a sense of the courage to move on. Not just start again, like physically, but also to move on from a forgiveness point of view. that lesson of forgiveness and reconciliation is what we see when we reflect on what the time that was called the Troubles, where Protestant and Catholic would literally kill each other because of the different nationalities that they attributed to Anglican and Catholic. And it was only in 1998 that the Good Friday Agreement was formed. And it helped to begin a long process of peace. It did not erase the painful history, but it helped to show that there is a way where at times, when we are all in the gutter, that there is an opportunity to look up and see the stars. That right at the time when it seemed like everything could be broken, there was a willingness to recognize that this no longer works, and to have the courage to take a step in faith and come together for a new beginning, stepping outward for a new beginning. Peter once asked Jesus how many times he should forgive someone who wronged him. Peter said, "Should I forgive 7 times?" And Jesus said, not 7 times, but 77 times. Perhaps the spirit of forgiveness is what has helped Ireland to move forward in this beautiful way towards peace after so many years of conflict. Perhaps St. Patrick himself modeled that spirit. The courage to go back, the courage to forgive, the courage to find new purpose, and common purpose at that. Sometimes we are in the gutter, but let's look up to find the stars. The second C that we see with the Irish people is a sense of community. Irish culture has always placed importance on relationships and gatherings. They have these big gatherings, parties that they called céilís, where people dance and they sing. They tell silly stories and share bawdy limericks and goodness knows what else they might have done. A time for coming together in community. There's a wonderful Irish saying, "There are no strangers here, only friends you haven't met yet." And there is a sense that community must come together during hard times. In the shelter of each other, the people live. Can you imagine a culture where we all come together in community? We do it here every week. The Irish people, with their very strong faith traditions, did it at the pub and at the church. And there are times, and I see Grant doing this kind of movement, there are times when, let's be fair, the time spent at the pub was not really great for the family. But what was true is that it was a place to escape from some of the hardship of their daily life. And part of it may have been the drinking, but a big part of it, I believe, was the fact that they were coming together. And then finding comfort in some of the songs that we sing here today, which are very nicely sanitized, and then some pretty, raucous drinking songs that we won't do here. I know. Everybody gets up and leaves. But have you ever noticed that when people sing together, you feel better? Have you ever noticed that when people sing together, there's a sense of belonging? These stories, these songs, they're a way of reminding us that we're part of something, that we're not alone. And speaking of stories, oh my goodness, some of the most wise proverbs, if you will, come from the Irish people. And they're clever. There's a sense of humor that is with them. I don't know if you've ever seen anyone trying to kiss the Blarney Stone, but there's a wall in Ireland, and you're supposed to lean backwards and then kiss the Blarney Stone upside down. And it's supposed to give you the gift of the gab. And oh my goodness, there are people, whether they have kissed that Blarney Stone or not, there is some wisdom that you find with people from Ireland. They can sure tell a tale. Again, we can throw out the legend, which is so nice. The legend is that a McCarthy chieftain used clever charm to talk Queen Elizabeth I into letting him keep his castle, because the British were coming, the English were coming. So the whole idea of the gift of the gab was that this chieftain sweet-talked Queen Elizabeth into letting him keep her castle. There's also a legend that the Blarney Stone was used by Jacob from the Hebrew scriptures. Jacob's ladder, that the stone was used as a pillow by Jacob. Another one that it was brought from the Holy Land after the Crusades. We have all these lovely stories, and then science comes along and blows it out of the water with the truth, which is that it's just local limestone from Southern Ireland. But in itself, I think that's funny because it's a little bit of Blarney. It's a little bit of story that gives us a giggle. But think of some of these clever sayings and how they might have helped us or helped people during times when things were tough. Little things such as success consists of getting up just one more time than you fall. Progress is impossible without change, and those who cannot change their minds cannot change anything. George Bernard Shaw. If you do not sow in the spring, you will not reap in the autumn. Always remember to forget the troubles that passed away, but never forget to remember the blessings that come each day. Imagine growing up with some of these wisdom sayings. I had one in my home when I grew up with my grandmother's little tapestry that said, "I shall pass this way but once. Any good, therefore, that I may do, let me do it now, for I shall never pass this way again." What happens with these proverbs is that they give us hope. And the Irish poet Seamus Heaney wrote something beautiful that captures this idea. He says, "Hope and history rhyme." So do what you can to build community. And find these little songs, find these little proverbs, find these little places, opportunities where you might gather with your community to sing the silly birthday songs or whatever other little traditions you may have. When people sing together and dance together, they laugh together. And in the midst of whatever is painful, it is a reminder that joy is still possible. And finally, we get to compassion. The compassion of the Irish. Particularly, what I'm thinking of here is the idea of the blessing. The idea of the blessing is a way of saying to each person that what I envision for you is only good. It means forgiveness. It means we stumble on. And can we expand our acceptance to include blessings such as this? May you never forget what is worth remembering, nor ever remember what is best forgotten. May you be poor in misfortune, rich in blessings, and know nothing but happiness from this day forward. May you always have walls for the winds, a roof for the rain, tea beside the fire, laughter to cheer you, those you love near you, and all your heart may desire. May good luck be with you wherever you go, and your blessings outnumber the shamrocks that grow. May your glass be ever full. And here's the last one that I want. May the roof above us never fall in, and may we, friends gathered below it, never fall out. It's clever, aren't they? And the reason that they stick with us is because they're clever and they're generous and they're real. They talk about things that are true for us, that there are times when friends fall out. There are times when we are feeling lonely. So I'm going to do something very different for you all today, and that is that I would like each of you to turn to someone and to share a blessing with them. I would like you to turn to someone and say, may something good happen to you today. Go ahead. May something good happen to you today. And then respond with, and may something good happen to you too. May something good happen to you today. May something good happen to you too. Isn't it interesting how something that simple can change the atmosphere in a room? The power of the blessing is a real power. It costs us nothing, but oh my gosh, it makes a difference. They remind us that we belong to each other. And we belong to each other in a way that is not, it doesn't mean that we're the same. Let me just find the words by U2 to 1. which I thought I printed and put here somewhere, but I had so many notes. This is for announcements. I don't know where it is, but if you guys familiar with the band U2? Yes. Of course. Well, there's a song called One, which everybody loves, which is sung by U2. And everyone thinks it's a coming together song, but it's actually a breakup song. It's really the idea that there are times when what I may want is different from what you may want. And love means accepting all. And so it ends with, we get to carry each other. Not we've got to carry each other, as some people think, but we get to carry each other. The Irish, this St. Patrick's Day, remind us to have the courage at times to do the breakup from that we've been loving and holding on to, perhaps too tightly. It helps to remind us to gather in community, to care for each other and sing together and laugh together and share stories together and build memories together. And it helps us to remember that we want to be compassionate, that we only want the best for each other, and to use those very clever blessings as a reminder of their power. I leave you with this then today. May the road rise up to meet you. May the wind be always at your back. May the sun shine warm upon your face, the rains fall soft upon your fields, and until we meet again, may God hold you in the palm of his hand. I guess. Sing for us, Peter.
Yes, the sense of community, this is the community right here of unity. So if you feel come unity, I just got it, bingo. So if you feel comfortable to stand and sing and smile and dance, what? Yeah. Nobody dances in a church. You do? By the way, did anybody have Lucky Charms for breakfast? I don't want a four-leaf clover. I don't want an old horseshoe. I want your love 'cause I just can't miss with a good luck charm like you. Come on and be my little good luck charm. You sweet delight. I want a good luck charm hanging on my arm to have, to hold tonight. If I have me a silver dollar, a rabbit's foot on a string, the happiness in your warm caress no rabbit's foot can bring. Come on and be my little good luck charm. You sweet delight. I want a good luck charm hanging on my arm to have, to hold tonight. Little piano, get warmed up. If I found a lucky penny, I toss it across the bay. Your love is worth all the gold on earth. No wonder that I say, come on and be my little good luck charm. You sweet delight. I want a good luck charm hanging on my arm to have, to hold tonight. Uh-huh. 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 Too much fun. Hey, water boy, bring the bucket down. It's an inside joke Ronnie and I have. Hey, water boy, bring the bucket down. It's called a mic
It's
drop.
on the floor. I'm half Scotch and half Irish, right? And my mother was the Irish side of me. And the wisest thing that you remember all the wise things your parents told you. The wisest thing I ever heard her say was, Jesus wept and Moses crept underneath the bed for a beer. That's it. Not a lot of wisdom there. I'm going to attempt to read this stuff today, okay? You can do it. Whew. Hi, everyone. I'm Ronnie. Hi, Ronnie. And here are today's announcements. Please join us from 4 to 4:45 p.m. on Zoom tomorrow for Monday meditation. We check in with each other, enjoy a guided meditation, and we uplift and acknowledge each person as we read the names of the people on our prayer list. To add a person to the prayer list, please fill in the prayer request slip found in your welcome packet. You can also send us an email or submit a prayer request on our website or app. For all the writers in the group, Gladys is leading a writing circle next week at 10 a.m. before our 11 a.m. program. No writing experience is necessary, and all are welcome. A couple of weeks ago, we held our big brainstorming afternoon, and last week, a smaller group met again to help shape those ideas into some first steps. In other words, we've moved from the storming phase into the forming phase. The group helping move these ideas forward is what we're calling the Connection Crew. It's simply a group of people who are helping turn good ideas into real experiences of connection here at Unity of New Westminster. One of those conversations, several areas are beginning to take shape. Children's activities, social events, music, communications, welcoming the newcomers, volunteering, and caring for our beautiful grounds. Today you'll see sign-up sheets available after the service for anyone who would like to help in one of those areas. These are teams that not solo jobs. So if something sparks your interest, please add your name and we'll gather people together. One idea that generated a lot of excitement is a casual chorus or song circle to support congregational singing and perhaps help lead music on special Sundays. If you enjoy singing, you're invited to meet briefly if you enjoy it and you can sing, because I'm kind of limp there, right? Oh, yeah, you're right. Bring the bucket back. Woo-hoo, 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 woo-hoo. After the service, to talk about next steps and possibly plan a couple of simple rehearsals before Easter. Other ideas from the brainstorm are still being explored, and you'll hear more about them as they develop. Thank you to everyone who has already contributed ideas, enthusiasm, and time. So if something sparked your interest, please take a look at the sign-up sheets after the service. The Connection crew is simply people who care about connection, and that already includes all of you. You've given me a script here, eh? It's a book. Join us on Zoom on Wednesday evening at 7 p.m. for a discussion using the book Presence and Potential by Reverend Dr. Martha Creek. The book is available on Amazon and Audible. You can also hear Martha read it on YouTube. We were fortunate because Martha joined our call on Wednesday night, and we had the opportunity to speak to her directly. This week we plan to discuss ideas about empowerment and victimhood, expanding our perspectives and managing our reactivity when others are reacting. The Unity Canada Conference will be held online from May the 1st to the 3rd. Join the fun of connecting with Unity spiritual communities across Canada. This year's virtual format includes a Friday night opening event and keynote speaker Diana Beresford-Kroger. 3 interactive workshops, one of which will be led by our own Reverend Rona. Ooh. As well as music breakout rooms for conversation and connection. A special Sunday service and Unity's annual general meeting. Questions and registration at hello@unitycanada.org or go to the Unity Canada website. Unity of New Westminster is fully self-supported, and we are grateful for your gifts, which help us to share empowering ideas. Many of us contribute with pre-authorized payments. So if you are not placing anything into the contribution basket today, please bless it silently when it comes to you, then we don't pass it on, it's passed on for us. We got to change that. Stumble. If you want to give with a credit card, please scan there's that QR code again. On your screen. I don't have a screen. For our online viewers, you'll find a donation link in the description of the recording. And please like and subscribe to our channel as we can reach more people. Please give freely from a place of abundance and gratitude. Thank you. We are all blessed.
Oh my goodness. Just before, actually, I'm going to go off script here again because things are lightening up a little bit. And Rona had mentioned to me the interest in singing and So I want to just see what kind of singers we have here. So I'm just going to take 2 minutes. I'm going to play a little game called Fill in the Blanks. So the way that works is I start a song. When I stop, you fill in the blanks. Because people say, oh, I can't sing without song sheets. I want to find out. When you're alone and life is making you lonely, you can always go. I think you got the idea. The lights are much brighter there. You can forget all your troubles, forget all your cares and go. Try a couple more. Hang down your head, Tom. Hey. This is for the over 50 crowd. Hang down your head, Tom. One more. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Michael rowed the boat ashore. Hallelujah. Puff the magic dragon lived by the sea and frolicked in the autumn mist in a land called Take me home, country roads, to the place. West Virginia, Mountain Mama, take me home, country road. You passed the audition, very good. See what you started? Don't get me started.
Straight to gratitude. How awesome are you? I mean, and how awesome are all of you for being such good sports and just following along with Peter
And Ronnie.
and Ronnie. Thank you all so much for being here today. Peter, there are no words, and I know that you and I have had that conversation before.
There are no words.
There are no words. How lovely it is that you are here and you just remind us about what's important about community. Singing, laughing, participating, and going with the flow in such a beautiful, beautiful way.
But how do you know that I didn't maybe have 3 Guinness here in the back room? You don't know.
Because you would have shared it with me. That didn't happen. So, thank you for being here. Thank you to all of you for being here. Thank you, Ronnie and Diane, for your platforming today. For Valerie and Glenn, for all the people in all the places helping, setting up and making coffee and doing all the things that make us who we are. But the biggest part of making us who we are is all of us here. So thank you all so much for being here. These are the sign-up sheets that were created by our friend Judy over here. So thank you, Judy, for all the work that you have done behind the scenes to make that happen. Let's move into a circle. We're going to sing our prayers, prayer for protection, our peace song. What? Oh, you guys want to say, yeah, I figured we were running out of time, but we can do it. We can do it. There. Glenn, would you unmute the computer, please?
Let's turn the clock back.
I am so grateful for all that I am. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful for all that I have. I am so blessed. I am so blessed. I am so grateful. I am so blessed. All right, let us do our peace song and our prayer for protection. And I hope you all remember courage, community, compassion. There'll be a test later. Have a great week, everyone, and happy St. Patrick's Day.
And let it begin with me. Let there be peace on earth, the peace that was meant to be. With God as Creator, family all we. Let us walk with each other in perfect harmony. Let peace begin with me. Let this be the moment now. With every step I take, let this be my joyous vow. To take each moment and live each moment in peace eternally. Let there be peace on earth, and let it begin with me.
I am the light of God. I am the love of God. I am the power of God. I am the presence of God. Wherever I am, God is. I am the light of God.